Good morning. Today we are at Universal Studios Hollywood. It is opening weekend for Halloween Horror Nights. And it looks like we're one of the first people here for regular daytime guests. So we got an awesome parking space right next to the escalators in the ET garage. Let's head on into the park. Today we're going to show you where everything is for Halloween Horror Nights, go over ticket prices and types, and see what it looks like ready for tonight.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's hear it out when you get there. I think when the apartment's been figured to be longer.
So as you enter Universal Studios Hollywood during Halloween Horror Nights, you'll be immediately immersed into the event. This is the Chainsaw Rangers Scare Zone, and you're going to walk straight down and turn right before the Hello Kitty store, and head to your first maze, which is Halloween 4 Return of Michael Myers. Right in front of Hollywood and Dine, across from the Illumination store and Hello Kitty, you will find the entrance to Halloween 4 Return of Michael Myers, which is actually using the Waterworld show queue. So this is right as you come in to your right hand side. Most people run to the first maze they see, so I would recommend maybe doing this one towards the end of the night. There are multiple ticket types if you're coming to Halloween Horror Nights. The first is just general admission, which gets you into the park to enjoy the attractions and the Jabberwocky show. You can do the general admission with Universal Express, which gets you front of the line access to all of the mazes and rides. It also gets you reserved seating for the show. If you do the Universal Unlimited Express, you could do that multiple times. So the Universal Express just gets you one-time access. You can also do a day-night combo, which the sign says right here, which gets you into the park at 2 o'clock to enjoy the rides and shows that are not open during Halloween Horror Nights. Or you could do a RIP tour, which is a guided front-of-the-line tour that you have a tour guide that takes you around the park and takes you directly into each of those attractions. We've done that in the past and it's really cool, really cool. On the upper lot are 3 of the 8 Halloween Horror Nights attractions. We have Halloween 4 Return of Michael Myers, which we just saw at the Waterworld queue. When you come straight into Universal, headed towards the Universal Plaza box office, you'll make a left, and that'll take you to the Walking Dead attraction, which is right up behind my shoulder here. That was the attraction that used to be open for regular daytime guests. It closed probably about 2 years ago. Now it's open again for Halloween Horror Nights. So you see the queue line directly behind me there. And then you also have Bride of Frankenstein queue line right here at Universal Plaza. The third and final maze on the upper lot here at Universal Studios Hollywood for Halloween Horror Nights is the Bride of Frankenstein, which is right across from Universal Plaza. It actually occupies the Parisian Courtyard, which is right next to Mel's Drive-In. You can see it right there, the entrance. The sun's a little off, but that is the entrance to Bride of Frankenstein. As we came in, right in front of Universal Plaza is the second of Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights Scare Zones, which is Demon City. The third and final scare zone at Halloween Horror Nights this year is Silver Scream Queens, which is at the exit of the Bride of Frankenstein maze. It is the first all-female character scare zone at Universal Studios. If you choose to do the RIP tour, it does come with an all-you-care-to-eat buffet dinner, and that is held right here in the Moulin Rouge building, right in front of Super Silly Funland on French Street. The food is absolutely amazing if you do the RIP tour. New this year in Universal Plaza, this is typically set up as a queue line, is Plaza de los Muertos, a Dia de los Muertos celebration. Dia de los Muertos. Let's see what's here. This little cocina booth has birria tacos, and I am a birria taco connoisseur. And I will say some of the best birria tacos we've ever had are at Disney California Adventure. I'll link that video down in the comments. They are absolutely delicious. You'd never think birria tacos at Disneyland would be good, but they were top notch. They have a chamoy fireball drink, a floral crown, and a smoked margarita. A smoked margarita and some quesabirria tacos sound pretty good.
Tamales! And Tío Javier would grill the best carne asada. Carne asada!
As you can see, there are some cool props and displays here in Universal Plaza for Dia de los Muertos. And it doesn't look like the food venues or the bars are open during the day. They probably open when Horror Nights open. Back to some ticketing tips. If you purchase your ticket online or you have an annual pass, or you are a Universal Studios Hollywood team member, you can actually enter the park for Horror Nights at 6 o'clock. The event starts at 7, and they start opening some of the mazes at 6:15, so you get a little bit of early entry time. And if you've never been to Halloween Horror Nights, these maze lines get really, really long, up to 2 and 3 hours. So take advantage of that extra time and try to get some of those mazes in. Typically in years past, they're the lower lot mazes. So there are 8 attractions and 1 show this year. There are 3 mazes upstairs, which we just saw here in the upper lot. The rest are downstairs, and the Jabberwocky show is also up here right across from Simpsons. We'll show you that also.
Mi papá would let us have a sip of his homemade mezcal. Mezcal!
Another ticketing tip, although I've said that we have done the RIP tour in the past, and nothing against the very enthusiastic and talented tour guides, I personally like to do attractions on my own at my own pace. So my recommendation, if you have the extra cash, is to do the Universal Express Pass. And for $40 more, you can do that unlimited. So you can do as many mazes, rides as you want, and see the shows as many times as you want with that front of the line pass. One of my favorite experiences at Halloween Horror Nights is the Jabberwocky show. It's a dance troupe. They do it to really high energy music with some comedy. Highly, highly recommend that you schedule this into your evening. Make sure you see the Jabberwockies. It's right here at the special effects stage right at the entrance to Springfield. Universal Studios Hollywood is divided into 3 separate levels. You have the upper lot, which we just explored, the lower lot where the Transformers ride is, Jurassic World, and The Mummy. Downstairs on the lower lot are 2 additional mazes, which are The Exorcist, which is in a sound stage directly behind the Transformers, and the other maze is Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is in a backstage area next to The Mummy. So you're going to take the Starway, which is a set of escalators, down from the upper lot in front of the Simpsons ride, down to the lower lot. It takes about 6 to 7 minutes to take the Starway each direction, so plan if you're trying to get back up for a Jabberwocky show or to do something else. It's about a 12-minute round trip just to get up and back. We are halfway down the Starway, and you can see the Texas Chainsaw Massacre maze right about there in the black tent. And then Exorcist you can't see, but it is behind the Transformers building right above my shoulder. And all that construction down there is for Super Nintendo World, which is supposed to open next year. The one in Japan is open, and it looks amazing. I think this is a little bit smaller version than theirs, but this will be a great addition to Universal Studios Hollywood. Another recommendation, if you have an annual pass or have been to Universal Studios before, I would recommend not doing the rides during Horror Nights. The lines are too long, and you will not have time to do all the lines and all the haunted attractions. If you can, I'd buy that 2 p.m. day pass that gets you in earlier so you could do the rides then. And typically on days that Horror Nights is taking place, the park is not crowded. Like this morning, you can see there's no one here. So I would recommend the 2 p.m. ticket to do the rides. Or if you've been here before and have an annual pass, just come on a different day and do those. For what I consider the best food in the park, it's here at Jurassic Cafe next to Jurassic World. I would highly recommend the island pulled pork. It is amazing. Everybody needs a pair of Chucky socks. $20. So across from Starbucks and in front of Transformers is a pop-up Horror Nights restaurant called Leatherface's Barbecue, and if you're familiar with Leatherface, I don't know if you want to eat the meat here. It looks like they do have funnel cake fries, it looks like. Here's the menu. They've got pork ribs, pulled chicken sandwiches, and is that funnel cake fries? It's like funnel cake fries. To the left of the Transformers entrance is the maze to The Exorcist. You also get an awesome view of Super Nintendo World, which is being built. And to the right of the entrance of Transformers, right behind me there, is the entrance to the maze The Exorcist. Not The Exorcist, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, sorry. So you have The Exorcist to the left, Texas Chainsaw Massacre to the right. These are both on the lower lot. We just heard from some of the team members here at Universal Studios Hollywood that attended the employee preview. They said Haunting of Hill House seems to be the most popular to go there first because it's the furthest away. We haven't gotten to where those maze entrances are. They're on a back part of the lot. The Terror Tram this year is the Ultimate Purge, and you'll enter that through the studio tour entrance, which we just walked under. And the experience is on the back lot. You get to walk through several of the sets, past the Psycho House, through the War of the Worlds airplane crash scene. It's pretty cool. The back lot area is pretty cool. The maze itself is usually just okay. We are on the studio tour. This tram tour is going to take us through the Purge, the Ultimate Purge Terror Tram area for Halloween Horror Nights. So we'll take a look at that.
What's the name? What is it?
We do have a Horror Nights maze set up in front of it currently. The theme for Horror Nights, for the terror trams, they call them at night, is the movie, the film series The Purge is the theme for all this right now. You'll also see more up the hill here. And a close-up of what it looks like today. And that's going to lead us into the crash site set. This is from Steven Spielberg's 2005 movie War of the Worlds. And it is a real airplane you're going to be seeing here. They purchased a retired aircraft and chopped it into pieces just to film this one scene in this movie. The airplane crash site set is perfect. So you can see all that real stuff looked great on film. And that's the advantage of building a big, what they call a practical set like that. If they make...
It's real Hollywood too. But when it comes to where stuff gets made, this is the real deal.
We just got off the studio tour, and you'll take the same tram and the same loading area to take the Terror Tram tonight, Ultimate Purge. You saw some of the walkthrough on our drive right there. The tram takes you to the back lot. You get to walk through the War of the Worlds set past the Psycho House and the Bates Motel. The mazes themselves out there are usually just kind of so-so, but the backlot locales are worth making that trek out there. So if you haven't been on the studio tour or been on the backlot, I recommend doing the tram for that reason. Like I said, if you don't have a lot of time, they're playing ABBA. I've never heard ABBA on the studio tour, but that's where you're going to go. And right down the road back here are the other two mazes, Pandora's Box and Haunting of Hill House, and I believe you're going to access those through the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, so we'll confirm that. It's right down the street, but I think the trams are using that to take you out to the back lot, so we'll confirm that those other two mazes are accessed back upstairs in Wizarding World of Harry Potter. So that was a brief look at what you're going to see on the Terror Tram tonight. We should make mention that when you board the Terror Tram, it's not a full studio tour. All they're doing is taking you to the Purge area on the back lot for Horror Nights. We are in the back of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and those gates behind me next to Hogwarts actually open up at the end of the day, and that's how you access Pandora's Box and also the Haunting of Hill House. So if you're looking for Pandora's Box and Haunting of Hill House, they're backstage, and you'll enter through those two gates. Also be aware that not all the attractions are open during Horror Nights, so Despicable Me, Minion Mayhem is not open. The new Secret Life of Pets ride is not open. The Silly Swirly and Super Silly Funland is not open. The Kung Fu Panda show is not open. Neither is Animal Actors or Waterworld. There are several other attractions. Just check the Universal website to see what's open when you come. Well, that's a wrap from Universal Studios Hollywood, opening weekend of Halloween Horror Nights 2021. Everybody's very excited for this year since we didn't get a Horror Nights in 2020. We hope you found the information in this video to be helpful, and the tips and tricks will help you guide you through your visit to Horror Nights this weekend. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. We've got a ton of Halloween events coming up the next few weeks, including opening night at Not Scary Farm. Tomorrow is opening night of Fright Fest at Six Flags Magic Mountain. We'll be out at the LA Haunted Hayride and a bunch of other events across Southern California. So follow the channel, and then also follow us on social media at theFUNnelCakeBlog on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you have any questions for us, just put them down in the comments and let us know what your favorite part of Horror Nights was this year. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time.